Patterson. She scored the overtime game-winning goal against the Fighting Irish last year, John.
Yep, I mean, she's kind of the jack of all trades for this UNC team. I mean, she's listed as a forward tonight, but she, for Coach Dorrance, can play anywhere on the field, and that's huge going up against Notre Dame.
Meanwhile, Notre Dame, Corbin Albert, one of the front runners for the Herman Trophy. She has been sensational this year, racking up 37 points, helping to lead this Fighting Irish potent offensive attack.
Yep, Corbin Albert, I mean, she's just been a dominant force. She's been on a hot streak throughout this tournament. And that's something that Notre Dame needs to rely on going up against UNC, who can bring the fireworks in all 8 stages of the game.
So we are underway from Alumni Stadium. Tyler Reedy and John French with you. Second-seeded North Carolina and number 1 Notre Dame here in South Bend. Carolina possessing in the offensive end right away, as it's Avery Patterson, 11 goals on the year, 30 points. As she's also collected 8 assists, but this one comes out of bounds and a throw-in for Notre Dame. Fighting Irish and Tar Heels, interestingly enough, did not meet this year in ACC play nor in the ACC tournament. Tar Heels were runner-ups in that ACC conference tournament, but the Fighting Irish bowed out in the semifinals with a dramatic loss to Florida State.
Yeah, it was kind of a matchup we kind of missed between those two teams. I mean, we wanted to see that matchup, UNC versus Notre Dame, just to see how they would do together. But FSU coming in clutch, especially in the penalty kicks against Notre Dame, and knocking them out before we could even get a chance to get this matchup.
Winner of this game faces either Florida State or Arkansas on December 2nd, next Friday in Cary, North Carolina, to begin the College Cup, the national semifinals. Maddie Mercado stumbles down on the near side, guarded tightly by Libby Moore, and North Carolina wins the ball on a foul against Mercado. UNC comes in at 18-4-1. They've defeated Old Dominion, Georgia, and BYU to get here. Meanwhile, the Fighting Irish, 17-2-3, outscored Omaha, Santa Clara, and TCU by a combined 11-0 in their first 3 matchups of the tournament. And now the Fighting Irish will get a foul called their way at midfield.
Yep, handball there off that vertical ball from the UNC back line. Both these teams love playing high-pressure defense. I mean, we see right here already Avery Patterson coming up from the midfield.
Brianna Martinez sends one into the box, headed out of there by Carolina's Julia Dorsey, the senior defender. And an overtouch, out of bounds. Avery Patterson getting involved heavily on the near side. Bit of a hybrid between forward and midfield. She'll be active tonight for the Tar Heels. Here's Emily Colton stepping onto one. Kept in by Wanaya Hudson. UNC continues to possess, but now an overpass, and here come the Irish. Maddie Mercado into the middle. Drops it off for Kiki Van Zanten. She'll go to the far side of the field, and plenty of room to run out there for Connie Drazina. Drazina looking across, has it deflected out, and a tight angle throw-in coming for Notre Dame.
How high level both these teams play, awareness on all areas of the field is going to be crucial, especially exploiting that open space that Notre Dame just did right there.
Tar Heels boxing the Irish well on that far side, and North Carolina will take a throw in themselves. UNC, the most successful NCAA tournament team of all time, 142-17-4 in the national tournament. And much of that has been, well, all of that, quite frankly, has been the result of head coach Anson Dorrance. He's coached the women's soccer program for all 44 years of its existence, capturing 21 national titles, 30 College Cup appearances, as Notre Dame gets free up the middle here. Brianna Martinez cut off. That one trickles out, and it'll be a goal kick for North Carolina.
Martinez there with the step up against UNC's back line. I mean, it's just going up against UNC for Notre Dame. This is going to be one of the biggest challenges of the year for them. They haven't really faced an opponent as decorated as Coach Anson Dorrance has. I mean, look at that record, Tyler. 919 wins, 85 ties, and 45 losses.
National Soccer Hall of Fame class of 2008, 7-time National Coach of the Year. Took home that award most recently in 2006. He has been incredible, not just in the North Carolina soccer world, but in the world of soccer as a whole. Notre Dame continues to put pressure on. Mercado forces a turnover, and here come the Irish. Play it into the middle for Wingate. Wingate into the box. Drops it back off. Mercado dances through. Numbers for the Irish, but that one sent off the side of the net. And another goal kick for the Tar Heels. Fighting Irish, coached by Nate Norman. 5th head coach in program history, his 5th season at Notre Dame, and much like Anson Dorrance, coaching for his alma mater. He graduated from Notre Dame in 2007, and also when he was in South Bend, was a midfielder for Notre Dame and went to the 2006 NCAA quarterfinals himself, so he played in them, and now he's coaching in one here for Notre Dame.
If that experience is going to be crucial, with all that experience being in the playoffs there, Tyler. I mean, he's got his team where he wants them to be in the quarterfinals for the tournament. That's the expectations that he set at the beginning of the season. He wants his team to be top 5. But now, right here, Olivia Wingate.
Van Zanten sends Wingate on a run into the box, and she runs out of real estate, and it was not touched by North Carolina. Wingate pleading her case, but doesn't get the call. And yet again, North Carolina goal kick coming. Notre Dame has put the pressure on early, but Tar Heels have limited them well.
Yeah, but that's going to be the big matchup between these two teams. Both these teams love being aggressive. They love to use the vertical ball and the wings to get crosses in. And that's something that both these teams are going to have to really capitalize on, is just playing clean soccer on their side, but also taking advantage of even the minor mistakes that the other sides make. And that's just high quality, because both these teams don't make that many mistakes, Tyler.
Goalkeepers tonight, Emmy Allen, the redshirt freshman for North Carolina, and Mackenzie Wood, the graduate transfer from Northwestern, in there for the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame pushing again. Leah Klenke sends it to the far sideline. Not a ton of space there as Emily Moxley defended well. Connie Drzina again could not get free. Notre Dame has really been using that far side of the field early on as the Tar Heels pick off the throw-in. Notre Dame's offense, one of the most prolific in the country, 2nd in all of college soccer, Division I in shots per game, shots on goal per game, 3rd in shots per game as they get one into the box. Also 9th in scoring offense with 2.55 goals per game, but UNC can certainly run with them. They're 14th in goals per game at 2.43. As yet again, this one sent beyond the end line, and a throw in, or rather, goal kick coming for UNC.
Yep, UNC, I mean, we talked about their game against BYU. Olivia Wayne scored in transition using her speed to get past the defenders. But then UNC attacked back when they were scored off those long crosses outside the box, and that's something Notre Dame is going to have to really watch out for, is these wings. It's going to be the battle of the wing players between UNC and Notre Dame, as we see here, UNC answering back.
This one sent up ahead. Isabel Cox couldn't chase it down, but reinforcements for the Tar Heels. Emily Colton charging forward, picked off by Klinke, and she will clear all the way up ahead. You saw Ali Sentnor and Talia Della Peruta in on that rush. They've combined for 12 goals this year. And now this one will go out for an Irish throw-in. Just under 9 minutes in, still no shots registered on either side. Notre Dame comes in on a 12-match unbeaten streak going back to the late stages of ACC play. They've outscored opponents 33-6 during that time frame. Meanwhile, North Carolina shared the regular season ACC Cup. So both teams, of course, playing well all season, but especially when it's mattered in conference play in such a stacked ACC. Now North Carolina threatening again, but Sentner couldn't get much behind it. And it's picked up by Mackenzie Wood.
And there's the vertical ball right there to Sentner. That's something that Notre Dame has to be always aware of, especially in the back line with Ava Caetino, Mania Hudson, and Leah Klinke. They always need to be aware, especially with only playing 3 in the back. They can be easily stretched apart.
Some space to work for Talia Della Peruta. Her sister, Tori Della Peruta, also plays for the Tar Heels, and saw significant action this year, but not in the starting lineup tonight, but expect to see her off the bench. North Carolina has been operating ever since the ACC championship on November 6th without Sam Meza, the junior midfielder who was selected first team All-ACC. Stress fracture for her. Notre Dame controls possession and sends it out wide. Waniah Hudson, the senior defender, chases it down. Played up ahead for Wingate, but it's picked off. Now North Carolina with room in the middle. Work to the outside by Moxley, and she'll drop it off for Libby Moore. North Carolina a little disoriented. Players close together, and now Mercado with space. She'll send it up ahead for Wingate, 1-on-3 plus the keeper. And indeed, Allen picks it up for North Carolina and sends it right back into play. So both teams definitely a feeling out process early on. Haven't seen either side pepper the nets like they usually do. And with a 1-2 matchup like this, John, certainly no surprise.
Yep, I mean, right now Notre Dame is playing their tried and true defense, getting everyone back. And that's something that's going to be really important going up against UNC, because UNC loves to put numbers up, especially when they want to get crosses in. But Olivia Wingate
couldn't break through, and the Tar Heels cleared out. Throw-in coming for the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame's defense, in addition to the offense, has been among the best in the nation, allowing just 2 shots on goal per game, and they've buckled down even tighter in this NCAA tournament as the cross attempt goes beyond the reach of Brianna Martinez and out for another Tar Heel goal kick.
Notre Dame's applying the pressure early on, and that's something that they need to do, especially with UNC. I mean, we know how well Notre Dame is at home. We saw last week when Alumni Stadium was hosting the other games of the tournament here, we saw it was snowy, cold, bitterly cold. I mean, that's something different, especially to what UNC likes to play in. But right now, the conditions are prime for UNC to play their best soccer. So if Notre Dame wants to try and capitalize on their home field advantage early in this game, this is where they need to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Notre Dame's home success. They're 53-1 all-time at home in the NCAA tournament. But if there's a team to come in here and do something almost unprecedented in beating them, it's North Carolina, 7-1 on the road this year. As the through ball from Albert to Wingate disconnected, and now Notre Dame steps right back into it. North Carolina settles down, however, with Libby Moore, and now fired up ahead. This one will trickle out, and the Fighting Irish throw-in. North Carolina, in addition to that 7-1 record on the road, they collected 5 victories over RPI top 25 teams this year. That was tied for the most in Division I women's soccer with Florida State and Alabama, and they took down number 3 Duke and number 5 Florida State, both away from home.
This is a very disciplined group from UNC. They're just keeping their marks, not allowing Olivia Wingate to have much action on the front line. I mean, I have to give credit to Julia Dorsey in the back. I mean, she's been such a stellar part for this UNC defense so far this year.
Action remaining on that far side of the field, booted out by the Tar Heels again. Throw in for the Irish. Still 0 shots registered on either side, approaching 15 minutes into this one. Now Albert picks it off. This is where she's at her best, approaching the top of the box. Gets it back from Mercado, but the Tar Heels defend it well. Now set up ahead. Clanky has Isabel Cox step in front of her, but some help back there from Ava Gattino, and now a steal for the Tar Heels. Here comes Allie Sentner, the redshirt freshman, looking to get in, and she fires just over the top of the net as she got it around Waniah Hudson to the right. And there was a little bit of a deflection there, apparently. North Carolina is going to set up for a corner kick. That one very close.
Biggest opportunity for UNC all night. Mackenzie Wood stretching out there to not allow that one to go in. It's a really tough shot. Ref calls it was a tip out. It's the first corner kick of the game. A big set piece here for UNC.
Sentner, despite her youth, was a huge factor early on in the NCAA tournament for the Tar Heels. She scored 2 goals in each of the first tournament games. Her corner goes a little too far, however, but the Tar Heels keep possession. Sent in by Emerson Elgin, the defender. Fighting Irish sprawling to keep it out of the box. They do clear it for the moment. Tight spaces for Corbin Albert. She loses it to Talia Della Peruzza. And now North Carolina sends one in. High arcing out the backside. Cleared for a look, but a block in front from Kati Drazina. Tar Heels still threatening, and finally this one will trickle out, but another corner coming up for the Tar Heels, this time from the near side. And they are starting to make their mark here offensively. Notre Dame on the run.
This is pressure that Notre Dame has not seen in the tournament so far, especially with them being pressured, having to put so many numbers in the box right now. They have all their team in the box to defend this goal. Second corner kick coming up.
Emily Colton had that great look at the top of the box for UNC. The corner comes out the other way. Leah Klinke plays it up the line for Wingate. Wingate back to the middle. Has Albert with her. Wingate still in control. And now Notre Dame goes all the way back, and they'll get it to Winia Hudson. So North Carolina in that quick flurry, 3 shots. But Notre Dame weathers the storm, and now here they come. Up ahead for Wingate. The flag is up, and the Irish are offside. Had Van Zanten on the run behind her. Looked like she was going to be offside as well. North Carolina will set up for the free kick.
Great job by Hansen and Dorsey in the back line. You always have to keep an eye out for Olivia Wingate, especially in these transition balls where the open field is just easy to just sprint on. And Olivia Wingate's just been known for that throughout the year. Her acceleration and that vertical ball. Great job by UNC to just cover her up.
Front 3 for this Notre Dame team, extremely dangerous. Corbin Albert, Olivia Wingate, Maddie Mercado. 3 of the 5 All-ACC honorees this year. That tied a program record for the Fighting Irish. And between the 3 of them, 8 goals scored. Albert got off to the hot start, but then she went scoreless in the victory over TCU last Sunday, but guess who scored the other 2 goals? Wingate and Mercado to fill that gap.
This is almost like the 4-headed dragon that teams have to go up against Notre Dame. It's like Mercado, Wingate, Albert, and Van Zanten. If you take away one, there's still the other 3 you have to account for. UNC so far has been doing a great job just blocking off Olivia Wingate at the top and just disrupting passing lanes in the midfield.
So now Notre Dame with a throw-in, and among that 3, Maddie Mercado. When she registers a point this season, the Fighting Irish are 10-0-0. Can't say that about Albert or Wingate. So not sure if it's correlation or coincidence, but Mercado's success has gone hand in hand with the Irish success as North Carolina sends one down the far side. Just under 27 minutes to play in this first half. Scoreless between top-seeded Notre Dame and the 2nd seed North Carolina. Winner advances to the College Cup semifinals to play either Florida State or Arkansas. UNC working up the far side, sent into the box, but bumped right out by the Irish. And now room to run. Strong move from Kati Drazina. She's been active, plays it into the middle. Mercado could not get there as Maddie Darlene pinched her off. Darlene scored twice in the 3-2 victory over BYU last Saturday. Klinke walled off for a moment, and now Notre Dame gets it back beyond midfield. Wingate corralled. And now Emerson Elgin, another redshirt freshman on the near side, plays it all the way through into the box, and Mackenzie Wood fields it on 2 hops. Mackenzie Wood, top 10 in the country in goals against average, and a 3rd-team All-ACC selection. With her 20 minutes already played today, she has exceeded over 7,800 career minutes played. Very experienced keeper for the Fighting Irish and highly effective as well, particularly this season, having one of her best. North Carolina looks to test her once again. Misfire from Brianna Martinez on the back end. But now Kiki Van Zanten with a head of steam. Peels back, looked for Corbin Albert, but she wasn't there. Instead, Libby Moore plays it forward for Carolina.
Carolina's done such a great job on the defensive side so far, especially once they lose the ball and Notre Dame regains possession. They don't allow Notre Dame to just turn up the field and take away the easy space that is open. That's just discipline to work for Coach Dorrance's team. I mean, he doesn't want Notre Dame to get set up with their two forwards, Mercado and Wingate up top.
Shots are still 3-0 Tar Heels. They'll have a chance to add on with a throw in Notre Dame's end. This one comes in for Allie Sentner, and again out. North Carolina 3 consecutive throw-ins, but they're advancing further down each time. Talia Della Peruta will give and go. A couple Tar Heels in the middle waiting for it. Cox comes up with it, looking to send it back. But cleared out by Hudson. But another look just outside the box, and that one hit the bar. It's still in there, and it goes in! North Carolina scores first. The header from Emily Colton, and the Tar Heels go up 1-0.
What a play there by UNC to just open up this game and really turn the momentum in their favor. I mean, they've been just dominating the game so far, and right now they're converting one. Nice stuff by Libby Moore with the ball. Nice shot from way outside the box. And right there, Sentner just in prime position to get her head on it and goes uncovered. And just like that, they're up 1-0.
So I beg your pardon, it was Sentner, not Colton. And North Carolina takes the 1-0 lead. The strike from Libby Moore just outside the box, off the bar, and Mackenzie Wood did all she could to get to that rebound look, but not quite there. And now Notre Dame allows its first goal in the NCAA tournament after outscoring opponents 11-0 through the first 3 rounds. And let's see how this Fighting Irish squad responds. UNC 16-4 this year when scoring the first goal. Notre Dame tries to push one back into the box, but nobody home aside from the keeper, Allen. Notre Dame has not trailed since that ACC semifinal against Florida State on November 3rd when Corbin Albert registered the magical hat trick, and the Irish ultimately fell in penalty kicks.
This is where Coach Norman's team for Notre Dame is going to be really tested, because right now they're down 1-0. And one of the things that he said at the beginning of the season that he wanted to change in the team was that toughness. I mean, they lost in the 3rd round last year against Arkansas, and they didn't have that toughness aspect to really beat teams on the ground. And that's something that we've seen so far, especially with their high-pressure defense. But one of the things they got to make sure, and that they don't allow their emotions to especially get high right now, being down 1-0. Still got plenty of time left in the game. And don't rush, don't make rash decisions, don't rush. Trust that over time you'll be able to get those shots and opportunities like we've seen throughout the year with Notre Dame.
Allie Sentner collects her 5th goal of the tournament, 10th overall this season. Maddie Mercado doing some work for the Irish. Sends it out to the far side and room to roam for Klinke. Klinke. Some fancy footwork back into the middle for Lainey Matriano. Mercado and Wingate in the area. UNC clears. Klinke again. This one all the way to the top of the box. Mercado touches to Wingate and played back to Allen. And she sends it all the way out of bounds on the near side. Notre Dame punching back well, at least initially after the UNC goal.
Notre Dame taking advantage of the possession they got at the half, that they got right after the goal. This is where they need to capitalize, just answer right back.
Corbin Albert out to Matriano. Now Klinke again, given space again. Sends one to the box. Mercado the header and a save from Emmy Allen. So Notre Dame's first shot on goal and a good look from Mercado, but UNC holds them off.
Every stage of the game so far for Notre Dame is getting involved in the offense. We see Klinke there from the defense sending in the long cross to Mercado.
Here they come again. Mercado, watched by Elgin. She stayed with it, but threw it right over to Moxley. Now sent up ahead, where it's cleared out and off North Carolina.
Taking a look at the header here from Mercado. Great angle and great timing off that header just to get a nice clean shot. Allen in the goal there did spectacular work recognizing it and covering it up.
Allen, the redshirt freshman, has been a great story for the Tar Heels. She's wanted to attend UNC since she attended a soccer camp in Chapel Hill back in 5th grade. Her mother, grandfather, and aunt all attended the university, and she's put together quite the season freshman year. Top 20 in the NCAA goals against average, .62.
I'm talking about a redshirt freshman there, Tyler. I mean, she had to split time with the senior, but after that, I mean, she kind of took off with it, and she's really made the most of it on this team. And she's only a freshman. I mean, she's gonna have this is where she's gonna be right now, and she's gonna use the experience, especially moving forward, for Coach Dorrance.
She's taken on a huge workload as well. One of just 5 goalies in the nation to have played at least 23 games this year. Fighting Irish have it with Van Zanten back to Klinke. 19 minutes remaining in this first half. 1-0 North Carolina on the header goal from Allie Sentner. Here comes Notre Dame. That one sent just past Wingate as Brianna Martinez looked for and collected by Emmy Allen.
One thing that Notre Dame hasn't really had to see this year is teams that are matching speed with Olivia Wingate. Hansen there, just toe for toe, foot for foot with her in that foot race. Once Martinez intercepted the ball and sent it into her, that's something that Notre Dame's gonna have to adapt their strategy to.
Corbin Albert still has not even had a look as far as shooting the ball towards goal. She's had her touches throughout, but North Carolina has kept her availability much closer to midfield. She has not had much room to operate as you get closer to the top of that box where she's been such a threat this year. Wingate neutralized as well, but Notre Dame certainly trying to find her. Up in the air off the foot of Matriano. Played ahead by Elgin. UNC gets it through here for Sentner. She circles back, sends it toward the box. Good quick reaction from Ava Gattino. UNC keeps it, however. Working right back toward the box, but not there. Klinke stepped up on it, and now here's Albert. She'll look to spring Wingate, 1-on-3 again, but played off by the Tar Heels, as that's Tori Hansen in the middle of that defense on the back end, handling the situation well. Van Zanten comes up with it near midfield. And now Druzina intercepted. North Carolina right back ahead the other way. Left-footed shot, not much on it, going wide. And picked up by Mackenzie Wood. As we take you back, if you're just joining us, that first goal scored by the Tar Heels. Tremendous look at first by Libby Moore, sent it off the bar, and a scramble drill to get to that ball afterwards. The header from Allie Sentner, Mackenzie Wood, just there a tick too late.
Yep, Sentner there, I mean, she did spectacular work just staying mindful of where she is in the box. And right now, here's another counterattack that UNC has prepped up.
Moore once again plays it ahead for Darlene. And now cleared up ahead by Brianna Martinez. Wingate looking for it, but defended well by Elgin. Sentner trying to work through two Irish players. And now just calmly played out by Waniah Hudson, and a throw in for UNC. Shots are still 5-1 Tar Heels in this first half. Wingate, couple good touches, plays it back for Martinez. Now Albert working with it. Hudson goes back for Gattino. Pressure on from the Tar Heels with Maggie Pierce. Klinke gets to it just in time on the far side of the field, nearing 15 minutes remaining point in this first half as Van Zanten goes down. Been a very clean half so far. Now a throw-in on the way for UNC. And meanwhile, Arkansas, Florida State, the Razorbacks and the Seminoles in a 3-versus-1 matchup. Scoreless in the first half. Winner of this one will take on the victor of that one in the College Cup semifinals next Friday. Expected both games to be close, hotly contested. And that has certainly been the case early on. And now a miss pass on the back end. Wingate is free in a foot race. Wingate into the box. Here comes the shot, and it is stopped by Allen, pumping it over the net, but a corner coming for the Fighting Irish.
This is the first biggest opportunity for Notre Dame this whole half. Just capitalizing off that missed pass from UNC, and Livy Wingate using her speed to get past defenders. And that shot there right into Allen's arms there. Could have utilized the left space there. But now a corner opportunity, and this is where Ava Gaetino for Notre Dame could be such a huge asset.
Second save for Allen. Corbin Albert ready with the corner kick. Notre Dame's first of the night. Toward the back post, and it crosses the end line. So a goal kick coming for UNC. Crisis averted, and a big save for Allen.
One of the few mistakes UNC is going to make tonight. That's something Notre Dame just can't afford. I mean, especially right now, 2 shots to 5. That's very uncharacteristic for Notre Dame. Normally, I mean, we saw against them when they played against TCU last week here, they just shot 26 shots in the first half alone.
Wingate knees one back for Van Zanten. Now Klinke steps onto it. Brought a Tar Heel to her knees with that move, and she sends it all the way across the field for Ellie Osbeck coming off the bench, but too hot to handle. And a throw-in for North Carolina right at midfield. Osbeck just checking in, not in the starting lineup tonight. The junior forward from Danville, California. She's played all 22 games, but all off the bench. Very aggressive player for the Fighting Irish. She's played 22 to 58 minutes in every game, so consistent output from her. As this one sent up in the air by Hudson, flagged down by Libby Moore. Talia Della Peruto calls off her teammate and sends it back to the right side. And this is going to be a foul against the Fighting Irish as Talia Della Peruto was taken down. She's still upset about something going over to the official. And they'll have a longer conversation with one another, right? In each other's faces here.
Just a one-on-one battle there between Della Peruta and Kiki Van Zanten. I feel like Della Peruta kind of tripped up there, but Kiki Van Zanten right there next to her, and ref calls the foul.
Emotions, tensions, obviously very high in a game like this one. As the header is on from Gattino. Both teams looking for that shot at the College Cup. Winner advances. North Carolina already set up well, up 1-0, but this Notre Dame offense tough to hold down for too long. UNC has done it so far, and they do it once again as the through ball back to Sophia Fisher trickles out. Osbeck and Fisher, 2 of the substitutions for the Fighting Irish, trying to get involved and create something on that right side. And another brief stoppage here from the official. He's going to hold off the throw-in. And now it looks like they're ready to go. Matriano back for Klinke right at midfield. Notre Dame with 2 shots on the night, both of them on goal. The header from Mercado and the excellent look on Wingate as she came in on a near breakaway up the right side of the box. Now this one sent all the way in, but through and out across the end line for a North Carolina goal kick.
A little bit of miscommunication there between Key Van Zandt and Sophia Fisher. Van Zandt trying to lead Fisher on into the box there. Fisher kind of cutting it back to receive the ball. Something Notre Dame just can't afford, especially with just those missed passes, missed opportunities to try and build their offense and get into the box.
Now a run coming for Carolina. Avery Patterson saw a lot of action early, but has quieted down since. Feeds one through for Sentner, trying to work her way around that Irish defense. Nothing there. And ultimately cleared as far as Libby Moore. But a throw-in coming for the Tar Heels. A couple more subs for both teams. Fighting Irish will take Van Zanten out. Sentner heads to the bench for North Carolina after tallying the game's first goal. Notre Dame has also already taken Maddie Mercado out of the game, so just down to Albert and Wingate in that impressive offensive core. Hudson plays up ahead. Wingate looking for it, navigates the crowd and leaves it behind for Aaron Honstein. Klinke again. A lot of touches for her in the first half. She looks for Wingate, but it's covered up by Dorsey. And played out of bounds into the Tar Heel bench for an Irish throw.
One thing about both teams that they have has really been a characteristic of all of the successful teams so far in the tournament is that they have incredible depth. For Notre Dame, it's been their midfield and forwards, and the same can be said for UNC. For UNC, it's a little thin, especially on the defensive side. They've really had to adjust, especially with Julia Dorsey. She's currently playing outside back, but what she's normally been able to play. Had to switch to center back in some of the games this year. As well, Emily Moxley to fill in for those times when Dorsey had to go to the middle. Moxley had to play the wing back a little bit more further on the defense than she did on the offense. So a little bit of musical chairs on the UNC defensive half, but for Coach Dorrance, he knows that his team, he trusts in the players to know that they have the knowledge and skill sets to really be successful in any position that they play, and that the roles that they fill on the team.
Has to be a next player up type of mentality, especially at this point in the season. Both these teams have enough stars to get it done as well. Fighting Irish pick one off as Osbeck jumped in front of Ali Gambone. Now Gattino on the back line. Couldn't play that one through. Here come the Tar Heels. A little bit of a 3-on-4 developing. A shot from the outside goes wide, as it was Tori Della Peruta getting free for a moment. Rather, Maddie Darlene, 5, not 9. But just wide, and a goal kick for the Irish.
A little bit of a miss called there by the ref. It says play on, allows the counterattack from UNC to come to fruition. Darlene has been such a great sub for UNC. 3 goals this tournament.
The forward from Edina, Minnesota, scored 37 goals as a senior, and 11 of them in just 6 playoff games. So she was phenomenal in that postseason. And as you mentioned, has already factored in this year as well. Here comes Notre Dame with room on the left side for Fisher. Sends one in, but nobody home. And Now chipped up ahead by Darlene. Comes all the way back to Mackenzie Wood with just 6:40 remaining in the first half. 1-0 Tar Heels on the header goal from Allie Sentner, the forward who, for the moment, not in the game. Aspect for the Irish. Give and go is picked off as she looked to go back to Sophia Fisher. Good work from Gambone.
UNC has done such a great job on the defensive front to not allow Notre Dame to just connect those passes into the dangerous territory on UNC's defensive half. Notre Dame has been able to get on their offense going and into UNC's defensive space, but just hasn't been able to connect in those last moments.
Deflects out off the Irish. North Carolina again slowly advancing down that far side of the field by way of throw-ins. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. Shots are 6-2 Tar Heels. Both teams with 2 of them on goal. Rather, Notre Dame has 2, North Carolina just 1, but a big one with the goal from Sentner. Cleared out. And now some space initially for Wingate. She gets it through to Albert. Corbin Albert going backwards, but finds a reinforcement in Matriano. Tar Heels flag it down at midfield. Dorsey drops back again. As Pierce plays it to the right side. With the ball up ahead, knocked down by the Fighting Irish. Here comes Fisher, trying to split a couple Tar Heels. Not there, but it's kicked back to a teammate, Honstein. Matriano in the middle. And she was fouled before playing the ball back to Gattino. This will be a Notre Dame free kick.
UNC is just being really successful with this high pressure defense that Notre Dame's usually known for. Notre Dame's getting a taste of their own medicine right now. Being forced back constantly, but here's an attack that they could possibly use.
Tori Della Peruta committed the foul. Both teams now have 3 fouls in this first half. In the waning moments, Osbeck with space, angling toward the middle. Got the ball through. Let's see if this is a corner. It is not. Appeared to go right between the legs of one of the Tar Heel defenders. But Osbeck does not get the benefit of the call. UNC will set up for the goal kick once again. Elgin was defending.
Oh yeah, Osbeck with that last touch there, just getting in between Elgin's legs.
Osbeck once again plays it forward. Knocked down by Tori Hansen, but right to Honstein. She finds Klinke up the left side. High arcing ball toward the corner. Ashley Zuge chases it down, but has 2 Tar Heels to worry about, but she earns the corner. So an opportunity coming for the Fighting Irish with 3 minutes to go in the first half, as Albert will set up from the other side.
So when Notre Dame can really swing the momentum, especially going into the locker room at half. One of the few last opportunities to try and get a goal on the board.
Albert working around the piles of snow that are still there in that far corner. And yet again, her corner does not remain in play, dancing off the top of the net. So 2 corners for the Irish and 2 dead balls.
Something that Notre Dame just can't do. They've been given a lot of opportunities. We saw in the opening there, Elgin just missing the pass and Olivia Wingate getting that clean shot off. And off these past 2 corners, Albert's just mistimed and miskicked it out.
Moore chips one forward. Now North Carolina looks to generate an attack. Strong running to get back defensively from Gattino, and she clears. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-0 Tar Heels in the 1-versus-2 NCAA quarterfinal. Winner onto the College Cup to take on either Florida State or Arkansas. Osbeck takes that one right away from Patterson. But again, that one out. And off the Irish for a Tar Heel throw-in. Patterson goes right past Osbeck. Good move from her, sending one all the way across the box, past the glance of Wood. Notre Dame clears again, just trying to ride this thing out and get to the halftime break down by a goal. North Carolina doesn't want to give it up, though.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Gambone trapped in the corner. And again, that one out off the Irish. Throw-in comes in clean. And now a corner coming for UNC. So they've managed those tight spaces very well. And they get the deflection off the Fighting Irish. And here comes the third corner of the game for North Carolina.
Corner kick for the Tar Heels, taking the kick, number 8, Emily Moxley.
6 Tar Heels in the box. Here it comes, high trajectory. And Notre Dame clears with some help from Albert. Time for one last Carolina look, though. Darlene gets the shot off. It's deflected up in the air. And now chipped out. And that's going to take it to the end of the first half. North Carolina with some late looks, but as it is, they take a 1-0 lead into the halftime break.
UNC has done a great job exploiting the defense of Notre Dame, just getting in the pockets and massive upswing in momentum, especially when they go in the semis and finals up against teams that, like the UCLA, if they make it in, I mean, that's going to be tough coming in from California to North Carolina, whereas for UNC, they're just coming down the road.
Fighting Irish, typically led by Corbin Albert offensively, the ACC midfielder of the year, came into this game with 10 or more shots and 6 or more shots on goal in 2 of her last 4 games. But tonight, John, yet to register a single shot.
Yep, and that's just been the work of UNC's midfield, being led by Libby Moore and Talia Deraputa. I mean, they've both been really taking away passing lanes. And right now, Notre Dame's just been opting to go over the top instead of connecting. Something that Notre Dame's going to have to do, especially out of this half, is try and just connect on quickly in those passes.
Another note on Albert. This season, she has scored goals against all other North Carolina ACC opponents. Wake Forest, Duke, NC State, but nothing so far here tonight as we're underway in the second half with Olivia Wingate on the move, closed off by the Tar Heels. And this will be cleared up ahead by Dorsey. UNC runs onto this one, touched on by Sentner, the lone goal scorer in that first half. It was a rocket off the crossbar by Libby Moore. Rebound came out in front of Mackenzie Wood, who was a little bit off-centered on the goal line. And the header perfectly placed just inside the left post from Sentner. 10th goal of the season and 5th in the tournament for her. As that one played just a little bit too far for Kati Drazina. And North Carolina sets up for a throw-in. Notre Dame has been spectacular in the second half this year. 37 of their 56 goals have come after the halftime break. They have a 37-8 scoring differential in the final 45 minutes. Going to be tough to hold down, but North Carolina certainly believes they're up to the task. They've done an excellent job thus far. Here's Sentner with Della Peruta there. Instead, she'll go all the way toward the left corner, and that ball will die for Patterson to take it. Patterson back to Della Peruta, blocked, another try, and that one goes! Talia Della Peruta roofs it for the Tar Heels, and a 2-0 North Carolina lead.
UNC's been so dangerous this season. The last 15 minutes of the first half, first 15 minutes of the second half, and right there, they're showing it again with their success. Right on that wing there, Notre Dame's been playing really tight. Lainey Matriano just couldn't get back in time to cover Della Peruta, who gets a clean shot off right past Wood. And now Notre Dame's got a really big challenge with their offense. Try and answer back immediately.
That is how you start a half right there. Della Peruta gets one to go with an amazing shot to the top of the net. Third goal in the NCAA tournament for her, but again, Notre Dame marching right back down the field quickly. And the #1 team in the South Bend region in some trouble now. North Carolina will just play it out once again with Isabel Cox. Talia Della Peruta, 4th goal overall on the season. She's been dealing with injuries over the past couple years. Missed a month and a half last year with an injury. Didn't start her season this year until September 25th, but making her mark when it matters for the Tar Heels. Notre Dame continues to possess as it's back to Leah Klinke. Chips one off a Tar Heel. Looking on the far side for Martinez. And the officials will indeed rule that it was deflected by UNC. So here comes Albert off the throw-in.
Albert right now is being double man marked right now. Avery Patterson coming back to marker.
Martinez walled off. Physical play on the back end from North Carolina, and they force the goal kick. Emerson Elgin, who's been very busy tonight, was back there and did excellent work to force the goal kick. Notre Dame, just the 5th time this year they've allowed 2 or more goals, in a stark contrast from the beginning of this NCAA tournament for them. 0 goals allowed through 3 games, but running into an offensive powerhouse in UNC, they've given up 2 in the first 47 minutes. Here's the 2nd goal scorer, Talia Della Peruta. Tried to go on a 1-2 on that far side, but wasn't there. And Notre Dame again pushes the pace. Already a sense of urgency here with 41 minutes to go.
Talk about pressure from UNC. All the offensive players for Notre Dame are just getting double or triple marked. Olivia Wingate there, when she got the ball, instantly had 2 UNC players on her back. It's forcing her to either have to rush and make a play or just straight up lose possession.
Notre Dame has allowed just 6 goals in the last 12 matches in the unbeaten streak. Last time they allowed 2 goals against Duke on October 27. That was the finisher in the regular season and ACC play when Notre Dame tied with the Blue Devils. Corbin Albert shielded off again. And now here's Dorsey with room for UNC up the right side. Julia Dorsey, senior from Baltimore, pumps one forward. Klinke gets to it first and plays that one off the knees of Isabel Cox and across the end line for a Notre Dame goal kick. Would go short with it. UNC with a full field press, if you will, against the Fighting Irish, and it works. They take the ball back well across midfield. Little chip from Centnor and cleared out by the Fighting Irish, but a North Carolina throw-in coming. It's Brianna Martinez back there for Notre Dame. Here's Avery Patterson to bring it back in. Patterson falls victim to a slide tackle by Martinez. UNC still with it. And now they lose control. Here's Wingate on the ball, leaving for Mercado. Back to Martinez, and now Matriano. And Notre Dame switches the field. Plenty of room for Klinke. She charges forward with it, no pressure yet. And now across the midfield stripe, Klinke, quite a run here. Leaves for Mercado, gets it back. Has a player open on the far side and gets it to Martinez. Brianna Martinez feeds it through to Albert. Albert a move to the outside. Gets to it before it goes over the line, but her cross knocked out. And UNC clears.
UNC's pressuring Notre Dame so early that they just effectively, the vertical ball is non-existent for Notre Dame. There's just no pressure being used off of it. They have to play off the ground. We saw right there with Klinke, she's just taking the space.
Rosina to Van Zanten. And she creates space. Van Zanten steps by another Tar Heel. Goes through the legs of one more. That was Hansen. And now North Carolina wins the battle again. Cox plays it forward. Nobody home. And time to reorganize, at least for now, with Gattino. Centner pressures. Size advantage for Gattino, but she's forced to just send that one out near the midfield line. Another look at that North Carolina goal, the impressive strike on another second chance opportunity for Talia Della Peruta.
Yep, just a simple block there. Regains her feet and instantly fires off another one. Again, it's early in the game when Notre Dame got caught a little bit lacking in terms of the toughness, not allowing UNC to just get a step on the ball on the cross.
Albert trying to get creative, chipping it ahead, but nobody home as it sailed over both Wingate and Mercado for a goal kick. Corbin Albert still without a shot here tonight. Or I beg your pardon, she has recorded one in these first 8 minutes. So Notre Dame happy to see her get at least a look, but hasn't been her traditional kind of game where she can just wind them up at will from the outside of the box. UNC, as you mentioned, with a couple defenders on her most of the time, has done extremely well in stopping her. And now another look for a moment as Emily Moxley was right at the penalty spot. But finally, Clanky recovered for the Irish. So dangerous moments for Notre Dame. UNC already up 2-0. They can't afford to give up another one. The UNC throw-in comes in, and some speed from Centner. Gets by Van Zanten, has a go, and on a couple hops, Wood makes the save.
Right now, Notre Dame's on the back foot, especially on the defensive side. They haven't really had to adjust to the speed of play that they've had to play with right now. But Livy Wingate loses possession there, and that's just something that they haven't been used to, especially with other teams playing that high press defense.
Clinky beaten to the ball, and now here's Isabel Cox, watched by Drazina. She takes it away. Drazina with space tries to play Wingate 1-on-2, and touched off by Elgin. And now a foul committed by Notre Dame on the far side of the field, as I imagine it's got to be pretty frustrating for this Notre Dame offense. Had so much success all season. The UNC back line has done tremendous work all night long. Any balls played up ahead for Wingate, those 1-on-2, 1-on-3 situations, just no chance to get through.
Yep, they've had on that vertical ball there, they had 3 people on her. Dorsey and Elgin making the stop. Again, that just cuts off another option for Notre Dame. Mistakes are starting to accumulate for Notre Dame as the ref's gonna card.
Yep, the yellow card is out. Talia Della Peruta drew the foul, as we'll take another look at it against Matriano. That's a pretty easy call right there. Della Peruta knew it almost before the ref did. All ankles, no ball on the tackle. And now a free kick coming for North Carolina, and pretty good real estate here, just outside the box.
Notre Dame has to make sure that every player is accounted for. You can't let another easy goal slip by.
Emily Moxley to take it. Here it comes. Low angle, deflected just wide, but it went off Notre Dame. And this will be a North Carolina corner kick. So Moxley does her job. She keeps the pressure on with the free kick. And now UNC getting set up for their 4th corner kick of the night. They've now exceeded double-digit shots with 10.
Gattino doing a great job here, just watching the ball. As we just saw there, Hansen there on the far post could have had a look there.
Corner kick Again, touched out by Gattino. UNC stays on it, however. Strike from the outside, right into the chest of Mackenzie Wood. Gobbles up another save, shot number 11 for the Tar Heels. 34 minutes to play now in the second half. As the Irish with Clinky just clear this one out of bounds. And two substitutes on their way into the game for North Carolina. It'll be Maddie Darlene and Maggie Pierce.
Entering the pitch for North Carolina, number 5, Maddie Darlene.
North Carolina leads Notre Dame 2-0. Goals from
Maggie Pierce.
Ali Sentner, Talia Della Peruta. Just 33.5 minutes away if the score holds from advancing to the College Cup to face either Florida State or Arkansas. Throw in once again for Moxley. Gets it right back from Sentner. And now just into the game, Pierce. UNC switches all the way across the field. Into the box. And a little bit of a mistouch there as Hudson and Matriano both attempted to go for it. Finally, it is cleared, but not very far by the Irish. Another strike, deflected, but covered up by Mackenzie Wood. So all of a sudden, Wood getting very busy here in the second half. She's made a couple big saves, but still a 2-0 game. And Florida State, meanwhile, early in the second half, has struck first. 1-0 lead over the Razorbacks for the number 1 seed in the Tallahassee region. So a big moment right there. And have a chance if both these scores hold to see a second consecutive All-ACC matchup to follow this one up. And a rematch of the ACC championship game as well. North Carolina and Florida State. FSU won that game. Notre Dame tries to press up the far side again. Nothing there. And it'll trickle out and turn into an Irish throw-in just across midfield. As Emily Colton was in on the play. Wingate, 3 powder blue jerseys around her. No space to operate, and North Carolina wins the ball again. Patterson up ahead. Sentner shielded off, and this will be a goal kick as Wenia Hudson defended her well. And with 31.5 to play in the second half, Notre Dame sets up for a goal kick, being outshot 12-3 and 5-2 in the on-goal category. The Irish electing to go short with a lot of these goal kicks, but still just not there, losing possession at midfield again and again.
Yeah, Wood right there with Gattino. Gattino is just receiving the ball and kicking it up. Like we said earlier, UNC is just taking that option away. Again, receiving it. And once again, putting Notre Dame on the back heels, not in the driver's seat.
Wood did a nice job to lead Connie Drazina going up the left side, and she draws the foul, looking to send it up ahead for Wingate. So a free kick coming for the Irish, just on their side of midfield. As it's played back for Clinky. Wingate, Mercado, Albert, all up there for Notre Dame. But North Carolina keeping them on the back line. Good receive from Gattino. Back to Clinky. Cutting to the middle. And now plays it forward, but knocked down by Pierce. Notre Dame still with it. There is Albert. Not a good touch at all as she looked to go back to the outside. And a turnover to North Carolina.
See Maggie Pierce there and Sentner just sprinting up against Notre Dame's back line, not allowing them to get a pass off. Right here, Olivia Wingate trying to make something happen.
And she keeps it in play, not for long. The flag does come up. Tight quarters there on the edge of the box, right on the end line, and Wingate cannot keep it from going over that line. So a goal kick for UNC. The shot went off the outside of the net anyway. Two saves tonight on just 3 shots faced for Emmy Allen. She gets this one just shy of midfield. Van Zanten looking to win the ball for Notre Dame. got through for a moment. Van Zanten goes down. Mercado's there to clean it up. Takes the shot from the outside, and it's wide left.
And that's something UNC's been able to take away from Notre Dame is this midfield. Yeah, they're overloaded with numbers around players in possession. To take a look back here of the foul, of the tackle here.
Tori Hansen got a little bit shaken up. Official spoke to her for a moment, but despite a little bit of a limp, she'll stay in the game. Mercado, really the first time we've seen Notre Dame able to generate a shot from outside the box. It's their specialty, but been taken away for the most part tonight. Another look on the far side, but nothing doing. Covered up well by Allen, as it was Ellie Aspect firing one low along the turf.
See there, Ellie Aspect on the far side here. Kiki Van Zanten just quickly switches the field with that ball. What little opportunity is there for Ellie Aspect to get a shot off? She takes it.
Great work to smother it as well by Allen, because Wingate was right there and not marked very tightly. Notre Dame draws back a couple shots now with 5 on the evening. Already 3 in the first 17 minutes and change in half number 2. This one just stays in play, but is poked out by Julia Dorsey. And Notre Dame keeps it moving just across midfield. Klinke and Van Zanten play catch. Now Matriano, pressure from behind, gets it to the far side for a wide open Hudson. Albert, good one touch. Aspec on the move. Aspec with speed, avoids a slide tackle, into the box, and earns the corner kick. Ellie Aspec making her mark in these last few minutes, and Notre Dame with a fine chance coming up right here. The corners haven't gone their way tonight, but see if they can turn it around.
Notre Dame's able to revitalize their offense by just switching the field quickly, getting up a couple bounce passes in the middle, and quickly getting up on the wings to get to try and threaten with some crosses. Got another corner coming up here.
Mercado to take it rather than Albert. And this one easily played by Carolina. Right back to Albert though. Here she comes. Albert fires, but that one rises well over the net. She registers her second shot, but to no avail. Continues to look for those chances though. Her specialty, of course, the shots from just outside the box. This one just got underneath it a little too much.
Darlene doing a great job defending Corbin Albert, not allowing her to get any space, get any time to just plant her foot and drive that ball that she's known for, especially outside the 18.
Big credit to North Carolina as well. They've really limited her forward momentum. If you watch that hat-trick performance in the ACC tournament against Florida State, those 2 goals back-to-back to earn the hat-trick in the second half, she basically took the ball all the way in from midfield and was almost at full speed before loading up the shot. And on both instances, the keeper barely moved, but UNC has forced her to move laterally and in many cases even backwards tonight to try and generate room. Excellent work on one of the best midfielders in the nation, the top midfielder in the conference. Notre Dame keeps pushing, however. Albert flags it down. Plays to Mercado. Back to Matriano. And now room on the left side for Drazina. Kati Drazina sends one into the box, and it just missed Wingate. Still a chance for the Irish, but it goes wide for a corner kick. And Wingate's going to be thinking about that one for a while. She had the look right in front of the goal line.
Notre Dame's starting to get into a rhythm on their offensive side. They're just using the crosses quickly, getting one in, and overloading numbers. Olivia Wingate there just in an awkward position to try and get a shot off. Higher than a hip height.
Corner kick again from Mercado, cleared out as far as midfield. Hudson gets to it with Darlene chasing and sends this one out, deflected by Darlene. Yeah, good call, John, on that effort from Wingate. Too high for the foot or the knee and too low for the chest. Really a no man's land situation. Those balls a lot tougher than they look coming in. Wingate just couldn't quite get what she wanted on it. Sailed past. Another look for Notre Dame, though. Tar Heels clear. Chipped forward by Colton, but knocked down quickly. Mercado sees it flipped all the way back. Good work there. Controlled dribbling from Gattino. Matriano lost it. UNC with some numbers here off the turnover. Here's Patterson into the box. Avery Patterson knocked away for a moment. Now a look. Top of the box. Centnor blocked. And Notre Dame gets around that situation. And here comes Corbin Albert. Albert pumps the brakes just shy of midfield, and she'll go to the near side of the field for a wide open Drazina. Drazina nearing the midway point of the second half. Back into the box and cleared. And now all the way back beyond midfield. Big boot from Moxley. And it'll be Gattino to go back and chase it down. Forward once again. No look for Wingate. Albert could knock it down, but she does eventually win the ball from Emily Colton. And it's Hudson for the Irish. A stumble. And plays it to the sideline. Osbeck with a Tar Heel at her feet, loses control. Centnor now feeds it back. Here comes UNC. Centnor past Van Zanten. Ships it over. Planky headers it out. Some physical plays here these last few moments. Both these teams want it very badly with a College Cup appearance on the line. And we are officially past the midway point of the second half. Still 2-0 North Carolina with a first half goal from Allie Centnor and then Talia Della Peruta less than 2 minutes in to the second half to make it 2-0.
One thing UNC is a little bit susceptible now that Notre Dame's been able to utilize is on the transition, but not just keeping it, just continuing to pull it up. As we see here, Olivia Wingate using the wings here. That's something UNC's been taking away, especially on transition, is that middle of the field, which is opened up both lines for Notre Dame to utilize. And we saw there Corbin Albert, instead of opting to just kick it up, instead pass it off to Drazina, and Drazina took the space that was wide open for her, streaked down the sidelines, to give another opportunity for Notre Dame. So Notre Dame, they're starting to figure this out, but now that you said that there, Tyler, we're past almost in the fourth part of this game, being down 2-0. I want to start hoping that you can get something in the goal so that you can try and get something last minute and force this thing to OT.
Yeah, North Carolina's done an excellent job tonight building on the lead, scoring the second goal just after halftime and continuing to put pressure on, but this situation might have to just focus on battening down the hatches and limiting Notre Dame offensively. Mercado, a mistouch, then she was walled off. Another steal for Albert, but couldn't get to that first touch. North Carolina clears. Within the final 21 minutes, throw-in coming from Hudson, but Mercado, some space open up there, but just didn't get the look she wanted and ultimately sold the ball off. Osbeck loses it. What's the signal? It'll be a corner kick. Bit of a delay between the main official and the linesman on the far side. And ultimately, they will say it went off UNC, and it'll be Corbin Albert back to take the corner kick. Her two corners tonight have both gone off the top of the net and out of play. Let's see what she has in store this time. This one stays in. Little header, ball is loose and cleared quickly by UNC. Notre Dame keeps moving, however. Quick throw. Looked like Tori Hansen back there defensively chipped that one out as the goalkeeper was sprawled with the ball out in front of her.
UNC is not letting Notre Dame in on an easy goal. They are making them work for every single goal that they have.
Mercado trying to find it. Wingate is there too, but nothing doing for the Fighting Irish. Here's Centner. 2-on-3 for the Tar Heels, but it's intercepted. Good work from Gattino on the back end, but she gives it away. Albert can't take it away from Patterson. Avery Patterson on the run. Still has it, fires one off of Hudson. She's blocked a couple tonight. And now it's Centner. Gets it up in the air, right back to Patterson. And pulled away by Notre Dame with Ospec on the far side.
Look at this Notre Dame chance here off the corner. Because UNC is putting so many bodies in front of the goal, Notre Dame's opting to just stay on the outside of the box. Gaetino doing her best to get an opportunity, and Olivia Wingate following the ball. But North Carolina just doing a good job being aware of where the players are and just immediately clearing the ball out.
A little doubleheader there for the Irish, but UNC covered it up well. And looks like that is a clean play for the moment. UNC begging for a foul as Hudson made a tackle just outside the box on the left side. And indeed, it'll be a North Carolina throw-in. Both teams even in the foul category tonight. Here's another look at it.
Refs are allowing a lot of plays to go uncalled here tonight. It is a big game. Motions are running high. It's going to be a tough matchup, too, in terms of who's going to be more physical. So it makes those windows of opportunity, those mistakes, just that much more hard to get.
Speaking of opportunity, here it comes for the Tar Heels. Corner kick on the far side as a look into the box, deflected immediately out by the Fighting Irish. And UNC, this is good work for them. Even if they can't collect a third goal, they're keeping the ball firmly in Notre Dame's end. And the more you can keep it as far away from your own box as possible against this Irish offense, the better things are going to get trying to cling to a 2-goal lead. Wingate pulls away with it for the Irish. Walled off, and the Tar Heel goes to the ground. Della Peruta. Ball goes out of bounds. Officials yet again ruled a clean play, and Della Peruta is a little bit shaken up. Hunched over, and now play is stopped. There she is in some pain. Talia Della Peruta maybe got a little bit of a forearm shimmy from Wingate. Let's see.
With battling up the sideline, Della Peruta just trying to keep Olivia Wingate from just accelerating up the sideline.
Hand fighting going both ways, it seemed. Della Peruta, fortunately, good to go, as Notre Dame will take another throw-in within the final 17 minutes. Still 2-0 North Carolina. Winner advances to the College Cup semifinal. For North Carolina, it would be their 31st trip. Notre Dame looking to get there for the 13th time. And Florida State still holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Razorbacks in Tallahassee. That one getting into the late stages as well. Winner of this one takes on winner of that one. Throw-in coming for UNC. And after Notre Dame had those 10 minutes or so with a handful of good looks, North Carolina has held the ball on the Irish side of midfield pretty well here in front of a packed house. A lot of nervous Irish fans here, and also a lot of anxious, excited Tar Heel fans. Plenty of powder blue faithful have made the trip up. It's been a beautiful end of the week here in South Bend.
Packed house, but a quiet house on Notre Dame's sideline. Saw a little bit of life there, especially in the middle of this half, but right now, Dame's got to get out of their own half to try and get this offense back into motion.
Battle for possession at midfield. Eventually it's Albert, but picked off by Talia Della Peruta. And she peels back. North Carolina looking for possession. They get it away from Albert, and now springs Centner up the left side. Watched by Hudson. Matriano comes back for help. Centner still has it. And now goes back with some space. Ball picked off. Albert feeds Mercado. Nothing open for now, and now she finds Klinke. Leah Klinke across midfield. Plays it to the sideline for Katie Coyle, seeing her first touches. And now Fisher just lets the defender come on and poke it out of bounds. Throw in on the way for the Fighting Irish, but first, 3 subs for Notre Dame. Van Zanten will come back in. Kati Drazina as well. And Brianna Martinez, 3 of the starters back in the game. These final moments for Notre Dame, 14 minutes to go. Klinke into the box. Flag down for Albert. Can she get a shot off? Not yet. Trying to use that quick footwork, but defended extremely well by UNC. Van Zanten tries to jump on it, get around Moxley. North Carolina clears again, and this will go all the way out of bounds.
Once again, it's Avery Patterson battling against Corbin Albert. Talked about it in the open there. Avery Patterson making an impact not just on the offensive side, but also on the defensive side, matching up with Notre Dame's talented player and going step for step for her, not getting thrown off by her footwork.
On the North Carolina roster, Patterson's listed as a defender / forward / midfielder, so she's a lot more than just a big-time goal scorer. Making contributions all over the field tonight. Here comes her throw-in. Comes to Della Peruta. Gets past Van Zanten, who overcommitted. Klinke knocks it down. Kiki Van Zanten again. 12:35 to go. Time running out on the Fighting Irish. North Carolina takes possession back, and they'll just clear this one. Throwing on the way for Notre Dame. Shots 14-6 UNC. They have held the Irish at arm's length in that category too all night long. Thanks to an impressive start, they outshot Notre Dame 7-2 in the first half. But now a corner kick for Notre Dame with under 12 to play. Albert will head back for it, and Sean, I think at this point Notre Dame has to generate something right here.
Yep, especially for Notre Dame. We know how fast they can quick, especially by making multiple goals off of just the one. They want to have enough time to do both. This is where they need to do it.
Albert, best corner of the night, bouncing around and flicked just over the net. Notre Dame, another great look, but just too many bodies there, and Mercado sent it over all of them, but over the bar as well.
UNC is overloading the box there. It's not an easy way to try and get the ball through 6 to 8 UNC players. Mercado also trying to just twirl around with that shot, and it's just a difficult situation for Notre Dame to try and capitalize off of. Once again, UNC not making it easy for Notre Dame to try and get a shot.
Mercado, great flick onto Drazina. Sliding cross, knocked down by Allen. And Della Peruta controls for North Carolina. Fantastic work again by Emmy Allen. Irish back for it once again. They'll go all the way to Mackenzie Ward, the keeper. Wanai Hudson has come out of the game in favor of Ellie Osbeck. Notre Dame going with the extra midfielder, trying to push the pace late. Send it ahead once again. Nothing there as Van Zanten was on the receiving end. And that'll be a foul against the Fighting Irish. No doubt there, and we might get another yellow card against Notre Dame. And that is the case. Second one against the Irish tonight.
Just a tough play right there by Osbeck and Matriano against Avery Patterson.
I believe it was Martinez that picked up the card. Notre Dame obviously all hands on deck, playing as aggressively as they can within the bounds of remaining legal. And that time just a little bit over the line. And there'll be a foul against North Carolina as well on the far side. And will this be a card? Just looks to be a warning this time. The official did signal the clock operator to stop, but nothing further aside from an emphatic warning call to the Tar Heels. Here's Klinke with it. 9:35 to go. Klinke a through ball, nothing there, and cleared out of bounds to midfield.
That's one thing for Notre Dame is the bend, don't break mentality. Be tough, but don't be tough to the point where you're starting to make mistakes. Right there we saw from Martinez, just sweeping under the feet of Patterson, causing the foul and getting the yellow card. So yeah, now she's gonna have to watch her step, especially now since we're getting into the final 10 minutes of the game. Pressure's starting to build on Notre Dame to try and convert something on the offensive side to pick up the tempo. With that yellow card, and especially with the one earlier on, have to watch their step and have to play conservative energy up against UNC's backline that's just been stout so far throughout the game.
And now UNC putting Notre Dame in a bit of a coffin corner, although the Irish do win the throw-in. Mercado to Van Zanten. All the way across. Now into the box goes Osbeck. Ball deflected away, a little hesitation. Albert blocked the clear, but eventually it does come out. Delaperuta jumps back on it for UNC, sends it forward, knocked down by Gattino. This one deflected out off UNC. In the final 8 minutes, a throw-in on the far side for Notre Dame. Up to 8 shots now on the night. Wingate feeds it back. High ball into the box. Van Zanten gets her head on it, and Allen just watches it trickle over the line for a goal kick. North Carolina really keeping Notre Dame flanked out on the perimeter there. Not much of a chance to get momentum behind the ball and get it close to the goal.
Saw Ellie Osbeck there on the far side, just taking the space that's open to her. And the huge cross from switching the fields over the midfield, allowing her to get at least some opportunity, especially on a cross earlier, but just couldn't convert. And once again, UNC just getting numbers behind the ball.
Takedown on Van Zanten. And again, the official stops the clock. He will point out his target and issue another yellow card. That time, Talia Delaperuta, who drew a yellow card earlier, receives one herself.
Again, UNC with their slouch back. I mean, look at this here. Kiki Van Zanten's going up against 2 players on the defensive side, trying to be physical with her driving the ball forward. Delaperuta doesn't want her to, and draws the yellow card.
Corbin Albert to take the free kick. Clock is still at 6:57 remaining in the half. And in regulation time. Here it comes. Low angle, ball is free. Wingate hauled down, and that's going to be a penalty kick for Olivia Wingate. Or rather a corner. Official blew the whistle initially, but signals a corner. Notre Dame fans are furious in front of us. And Albert's going to have a corner kick. Van Zanten not happy. Here it is. It was Klinke rather than Wingate.
Oh, this is a missed opportunity. The ref didn't call the penalty kick there.
Header in front, cleared away. Corner coming again for Albert. 6:15 to go. The crowd has been re-energized in South Bend. Albert's kick. Oh, what a catch by Allen. Rising over the top. Hauls it down for North Carolina, and that is a big play to calm down that Irish surge of momentum. UNC now within 6 minutes of going to the College Cup. Van Zanten forward to Wingate. Back to Van Zanten. Peels off. Albert has a player wide open on the far side. That's Osbeck. Sent into the box. Knocked down by Allen. Ball still free. And chipped up in the air. And out of harm's way for the moment. Osbeck again. Gets the cross through. Cleared out. Notre Dame really getting going at the last second, but still nothing.
Albert has been playing super intelligently, especially once she receives the ball in the midfield, clearly plays it out, knows that Osbeck will be open.
Klinke blocked, gets it right back. Chips it ahead, right in the arms of Allen. She makes another save. And here's another look at that tackle on Klinke in the box. How close it was for Notre Dame.
I mean, just a tough decision there for the referee. Looks like it may be a PK, looks like it's clean. Call it as it is when you're live. I mean, in those situations, you have to call what you see.
Certainly walking tightly on that line between a pushover and just Klinke losing her balance. 4:10 to go. Another throw-in coming for Notre Dame. UNC clears, but Klinke has room in front of her. Klinke lines it up. Going to the backside, flags up, offside. Ball goes wide anyway. Mercado behind the defense, but offside. And UNC again holds it down within the last 4 minutes.
Mercado there just so focused on trying to make sure the goal opportunity is there. Loses a sense of where she is and relative to UNC's back line. Finds herself a little bit too far out and gets called off sides.
3:30 to go. Notre Dame again knocks it down at midfield with Martinez. Osbeck on the move. Look at that speed. Osbeck goes right around, plays it in, but punched down again. Matriano high in the air to Van Zanten. Fires one off, and that is just over the bar. Some serious heat behind it, but Van Zanten just misses. And North Carolina, though they've now surrendered 12 shots on the night and 10 in the second half, keeps the 0 on the board.
Van Zanten just showing off her stuff, really trying to force this Irish team into a goal-winning scenario. Another great shot outside the box, and that's something Notre Dame's been doing so far. Right now in the later moments of this game is utilizing that outside shot, something that they've been known for, especially late in this season. Corbin Albert and Kiki Van Zanten, primary front runners for Notre Dame to try and capitalize off that shot.
Less than 3 minutes to go. The Tar Heels right on the brink of going to the College Cup. Notre Dame not done yet, though. Here's Van Zanten. Couple moves. Punched back to Albert. Corbin Albert has a lane, fires, but flagged down by Emmy Allen. 13th shot for Notre Dame. And North Carolina continues to hold them back. Albert's best look of the evening.
Yep, Albert here trying to utilize her signature moves to open up some space, especially once again against Avery Patterson. It's just that quick interchange between the feet just doesn't allow her to get her feet set and get the target right. She just hits it right up in front of Allen. But here we go. Here's Al.
Albert all the way into the box. Tried to play it through. Nothing there. UNC wants a handball. No whistle. And cleared out by the Tar Heels. Some room for Centner on the feed from Gambone. Tries to get it up to Patterson. Check that, it's Darlene up ahead in the box. She goes to the ground and they play on. And there's a tackle and a whistle. Darlene will be the recipient of the 4th yellow card of the night. 2 for each team now with 1:28 to go. Been a physical contest. 2 yellow cards on either side. Another free kick ahead for Notre Dame. Notre Dame's cross shut down by UNC for another goal kick. 1:10 to go. And many of the Tar Heel fans who have made the trip are standing, jumping up and down. It's getting to that point for North Carolina. Everybody wearing powder blue can feel it. Notre Dame fans, been a tough night. A lot of anxiety in the second half as their team has had chance after chance, but nothing going for one of the best offenses in America.
But one thing that Notre Dame knows is that if they get the goal on the board, they can quickly come back. They've been known for that throughout the season. So once they get on the board, they can quickly counterattack. It's just with 1:10 left, is that enough time?
Osbeck on the run. Contained in the corner. Intercepted in the box and cleared all the way out for Gattino. Martinez couldn't find Mercado. Booted all the way back to midfield by the Tar Heels with Tori Hansen. 35 seconds left. And the ball is all the way back at Notre Dame's end. Fans starting to hit the exits. Leah Clanky for Notre Dame. Intercepted just across midfield within 20 seconds. Ball sent all the way to the corner. And this is going to wind it out. Notre Dame will get one final goal kick. Mackenzie Wood will hustle. 7 seconds left. UNC knocks it down. Notre Dame will let it play out, and for the 31st time in program history, North Carolina back to the College Cup. The Tar Heels come to South Bend and shut out the top-seeded Fighting Irish with a 2-0 victory at Alumni Stadium, and they are